Grab your torch and dip it into the sexy St. Jeff candle. No Buffs is back for another season of Survivor coverage. I'm J.E. Skeets here in the Classic Factory, along with my power alliance of Trey Kirby, JD, and would you look at that? We've got a Final Four set, but we will be putting her into the fire-making challenge because she's a threat. From Summer of Champions, my beautiful wife, Nora Artinian.
Hello.
Wow.
We're back, baby.
Welcome to the Final Four. Guys, we made it today, whatever it is.
I know. It's tremendous. Happy to be back.
Yes.
Who can build a fire here?
Absolutely not.
See you in the final three then.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good.
You're feeling good?
Yeah.
Shout out to the live tribe joining us right now on YouTube. We love to see that. Take a second, especially if you're new here, to hit the like button, to subscribe, share the show with your Survivor friends. Podcast listeners, we love you too. Leave us a 5-star rating and review. Yes, we are back for another season of No Buffs. This is like, sort of shocked me, like our 7th season of covering this. We've done a lot of episodes suddenly.
That's sick,
Almost
yeah.
100 episodes of Survivor coverage, but you are new to the squad. What are your Survivor credentials?
Okay, 0 Survivor. Other than I've watched a lot of Survivor.
Yeah.
I feel like I watched early Survivor and then like in the middle, a bit of a gray area,
Okay.
but then back into the new era because I was watching all of it with you.
Yeah. Now, hold on. You're on your phone a lot.
Well,
It's on the TV. Look, it's on the TV. I'm just saying you might have to put
There's
the
a fissure
phone away.
in the alliance.
You gotta put the phone away.
if there's one thing you know about me is that when I lock in, I lock
Yeah, that's
in.
true. That's true. That's
I'm
true.
going to be a problem. I'm going to be
Wow.
throwing data. I'm going to be doing calculations. You know,
What?
like that meme
Easy,
of like
Fishback.
Charlie Day with like all the stuff behind him. Oh, I'm going to be planning and organizing all sorts of stuff.
Okay. Well, we're excited to add you to the squad here. How are you guys feeling here? Are you hyped for another No Buff season?
This is the most excited I've been and the most furious I've been because I think one thing I've noticed, I haven't watched any of these videos yet, but I know I'm not in any of them. Even though I've applied the past 2 years.
Oh, have you? You've actually
Keep
applied.
going.
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't give up. Keep
Well, I
going.
know. I think my success story will be this guy applied 20 times and we eventually had to let him in.
That's
Okay.
right.
And then I'll be the old guy on the show.
Yeah, I'm already there, bro.
We basically all are, guys.
I know.
Exactly.
Ages in this cast. It's
Hate
like
to break
crazy
it to
young.
you.
we would be basically the second or third oldest person on this cast, but we're going to get into it. Yeah, here's what we're doing today. As most of you know, Survivor fans, I'm sure, the Survivor 47 cast has officially been revealed, came out a few days ago. So on today's pod, this is something new for us. We haven't really done this. We are going to meet all 18 of them and give our first impressions on their, 60-second clip. Maybe some of us have read the bios. We'll talk about the people, but it's all first impressions. And then I think we sort of have to pick a winner here on the first show before we even see episode 1. Yeah, we just got to call it.
Can we do like a top 3?
Okay, sure. We can do a top 3, and then we'll watch
We're
episode 1
already
next.
complicating things.
Okay, fine. No, pick your winner.
Pick a winner.
Just trying to give everybody options here.
Yeah. Okay, so we better get moving here because there are 18 people to introduce to everyone out there. I've broken them into tribes. Why not start learning the tribes?
Okay.
We don't know the names, but we know the colors. Let's start with the blue tribe, and our first person is Caroline, a 27-year-old strategy consultant from Chicago.
It's just as green and vibrant and wonderful as it is on TV. I was thinking you guys had a little bit of a filter. It wasn't gonna actually be this gorgeous. It's stunning. Water polo is like a game of viciousness. When you're not seeing under the water, that's what the real war is. Kicking you underwater and like trying to drag on your bathing suit. People don't think I can fight, I can fight. And that is the mentality you have to have out here in Survivor where people are attacking you, but you have to keep swimming. The way I approached business school was I basically crafted my own Survivor major, classes like selling yourself and your ideas, power in organizations. This will help me in the professional life, but this will really help me in Survivor. I don't think I come across as smart as I appear. I'm strategic, I'm cunning, I'm ruthless, I'm willing to do what it takes to achieve and succeed. I'm perfectly poised to be the wolf in sheep's clothing, and that's why I'll be the sole survivor.
Bang!
Wow.
She's calling her shot.
Yeah, the
Okay.
word scrappy comes to mind.
Scrappy?
Yeah, I
Okay.
like her. I mean, we watched a lot of water polo during Summer of Champions, and they're doing some fighting under that water.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
not exaggerating, so she's tough.
She better be hoping for a lot of water challenges.
Yeah.
Dominate that, I would think.
Hell
Sure,
Right?
for sure. I'm sure she's a really competent swimmer.
Yes, yeah, I would think so. I think she likes swimming, kiteboarding, surfing, scuba diving, obviously water polo.
I don't know if kiteboarding's going to come up, but the other ones are good.
For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Two things I do like, obviously has a water background, so any of those challenges will be right up her alley. Also, strategy consultant is her job. What's the strategy?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is,
No.
but if you have strategy in your job title, you have to be doing some strategic thinking. What I don't like is I think she said that I don't come off as smart as I appear.
What does that mean?
Is that good?
Yeah.
She's like, I look smart, but I'm really dumb, or I think she's trying to say it the other way.
I think she's trying to say it the
She's
other
saying
way.
I'm
Whoops.
That by looking at
a
me,
girl in my 20s
Yeah.
and people underestimate me.
I think that's
which
where
may
she's
have
going.
been a better way to present that.
Okay.
I think it's just the way she said it. Are you excited she's from Chicago, Trey?
She moved to California. She's abandoned
see.
the hometown. I mean, I have too, you could say. But I did it for the South, not for the West Coast. But she must be of hearty stock. If
Yeah,
she's
that's
from
right.
Chicago.
That's what I mean.
JD,
point.
your first thoughts here on Caroline?
Yeah, I'm going to echo everything you guys said. Water polo, vicious sport. I think she actually underplayed how vicious it can be, just under the water.
I think the clip could have been better.
Yeah.
Well, it was just
It was like the little shittiest goal I've
Yeah.
ever seen in
No
water
way.
polo.
Like a community pool.
Yeah, but we're just coming off the Olympics. We're used to, underwater cameras
Yeah.
and stuff. I got a bit of a ditzy vibe from her. The off the top, everything's so green, and I thought you guys had a filter. It was very Instagrammy, very I don't know, but we'll see. I think she's tougher than she comes off.
Okay.
So yeah, I like her.
she
right.
shows her youth a little bit.
A little
I mean,
bit,
she's
yeah.
young.
27.
Yeah,
Is that young?
What were you like at
Okay.
27? You were a dummy.
That's an honest question. Really?
We were all dummies at 27, and we're the worst. What's the worst thing? Because sorry if you're listening and you're 27, you think you're so smart
Yeah,
at 27.
yeah.
Your brain
The
is
bravado.
literally
The bravado.
mush. Like it's
Yep.
still developing.
My brain hasn't developed at 27.
It's like just set.
You
It's,
still got a soft spot in your skull.
it's like just
come on.
cured.
Well, you shouldn't be playing water polo then.
That's why they wear the hats.
Get helmet.
All that so for your ears.
Anyway,
Okay. Let's move on to our second person on the Blue Tribe. This is Gabe. He's a 26-year-old radio show host from Baltimore.
It used to be a cliche, and now it's not anymore. I want to make this a cliche again. I'm not here to make friends. Growing up, I had two older brothers, so I constantly had to watch them do things that I couldn't do just because I wasn't old enough. I had to figure out ways around those rules. It's kind of how I learned to operate within the world. You can cut corners, lie, cheat, and steal to get ahead and get little advantages that stack up throughout life. So I think being a talk show host is one of the perfect jobs to have coming into Survivor, knowing when it's your time to be the guy and take up all the air in the room, and when it's time to recoil and let something else take up that spotlight. It's all about working people. I don't care about these people. They don't mean anything to me before this game, and if they don't mean anything to me after this game, it's not gonna change my life at all. I'm here to build a legacy in the game that I love and walk away with $1 million. That's it.
Okay, so there's Gabe. Now, I'll say right now, this is a spoiler because we've only watched 2 of the 18 videos. I think he has the most, villainous edit here from these intro videos. Or at least leaning into, I hate these people, I don't care about these people.
Yeah.
I'm here for me and me only. What do you think of Gabe?
definitely villain energy. His hair is majestic. I hope he gets a shampoo deal out of this. I love that he is the youngest with 2 brothers, so he's been through it. That.
Yeah, he's been tied up by
They
his
have
older
to-
brother.
yeah, they-
I was on a leash when I was a young boy.
What an interesting image to choose. Your older brother is dragging you down a beach. Is everything okay? I also read about him, just separate from this little clip, that he worked as a comms director for a mayoral campaign.
Oh.
So he thinks about strategy, and I don't know if the mayor got elected, but I mean, this is all to say that he is maybe more self-aware about how he is perceived, if that's what his job was.
Okay.
I would like to see if he delivers on all this talk. You never really know, because he also seems like he's nice.
Yeah, Yeah,
So
again,
are you-
I called it a villain intro video, but again, you'll see the other ones. There's
Yeah.
not a lot
No.
of like, I don't care about these people.
Sure.
Me.
Anyway.
TK, your thoughts on Gabe?
He's bringing an aggro energy.
Right.
And that could work early on. He could ruffle some feathers and people are like, we'll keep this guy around because nobody likes him. But
Yeah.
eventually, you're going to have to make friends with people. There are going to have to be people you trust. You can't just be the backstabber the whole time. So we'll see what his strategy game is like. I think he's going to be a guy that gets island hot, though. He's an early island hot call for me. His hair will be looking great with the sea salt water
Yeah.
for a long time. You know, everybody trims down a little bit. I think he's going to be looking good if he makes it to day 26.
You're not wrong.
Interesting.
Do you do a power ranking of who gets hottest?
No, but we
we
could this
haven't.
year.
We should do that.
It feels a little more comfortable to do it with a female.
Lady
so,
here?
yeah,
Okay,
on the
we could
desk.
do that.
3 words to describe yourself. He wrote, Gabe did, JD, opportunistic, resourceful, and blunt.
Okay.
And I think blunt's interesting because like that can work in your favor on Survivor at times.
Yeah.
People know where you stand.
Definitely.
You're just like one of those people that just says it as it is.
Yes.
Of course, that can upset people as well, and you can, make enemies by being a little too blunt. So
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how he tackles it. But what do you think about it?
I think he's in trouble out the gate.
Yeah.
Out the gate.
I think he's talking a big game. These guys that come in, I'm not here to make friends. They're the first ones, day 2, crying on the beach. There's bugs all over me. There's bugs in my hair. Also,
Right.
and I mean no disrespect to Trey and Skeets here, but the talk show host, I mean, this idea that, I know when not to talk, sure you do, bro. Sure you
It's
do.
called commercials.
Exactly. I get the conceit that hey, I interview people and I let them speak and I'm a good interviewer because I listen. I don't believe you. I won't believe it until I see it. Because if you tell me you're a talk show host on like a radio show or whatever, all you do is talk and you love the sound of your own voice. And if you're blunt on top of that, that could be a problem. But I don't know. I mean, I don't think he's lasting long. I don't think he's lasting long. But
Will we
I
get a
know?
clip of Gabe doing like a fake talk show,
Hundo
you know, while they're sitting around the camera, like Rick Devens famously, I think, doing the weather report. I think
Yeah.
we've had other people. We definitely had other people sort
Yeah.
of, replicate whatever they do, sort of in a talk show variety.
I
Will
mean,
Gabe do it?
A third of the people on this cast have some experience
Yeah.
hosting, public speaking,
Yeah.
being on air. It's a bit weird. Like, I mean, we're bound to have somebody do like a mock pod.
This is interesting. When asked, what is the accomplishment you are most proud of, Gabe wrote, hosting my own talk show in Baltimore on a major station. Okay, that part
Okay.
was good.
Love it.
But then the next line, I sadly left that job to pursue Survivor, but it's the best sad decision I ever made.
Oh, did he walked away from
Gabe walked away from the radio gig
Gabe, you gotta win.
to go on Survivor.
Gabe, you gonna be all right in in this economy?
A lot of pressure.
This is smart. He's already looking at his next career. He's going to become a Survivor podcaster.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's going to be on every single one of Rob's shows. He'll probably guest with Tyson at
Yeah.
some point.
All right.
Like, there is a built-in network of
Sure.
Survivor podcasts.
That's true.
Not this one.
Maybe that's
No.
the long con. He doesn't even care about winning Survivor. He's just trying to do a more lucrative podcasting career.
Oh, so he's like doing recaps of the
Yes.
day out there.
Yes.
He's talent scouting.
I see you, Gabe. I see
Okay,
you.
we're on to you, Gabe. We're on to you. Okay, let's keep it moving here. Let's go to Kyle, a 31-year-old construction worker from Michigan.
I swallowed a bug. So I like to do this thing called the bump and run derby. There's lefts and rights, there's humps and bumps, and the main goal of the game is to cross the finish line. And if that means putting somebody into the wall along the way, so be it. It's been preparing me for Survivor because there's a bunch of different strategies that you could take, but there's only one of us that are gonna cross that line. I grew up kind of rough, lived in a house that didn't have electricity. It was just a little bit of a fumble, but I met my fiance coming out of high school. She really inspired me to want to do more with myself. So the home where I did a lot of my growing up, I've demolished that home and decided to build our own home there. She just fueled a growth inside of me that's been remarkable. Oh, my moose. That's my girl. Moose is my daughter. Given the fact that I grew up so rough, I've just wanted to create a really solid foundation for her.
Even more reason to bring home that money, right?
Yo, you know it. I'm bringing it home.
Okay, that is Kyle. He did say his daughter's name's Moose.
Moose.
Right?
Yeah, I wish they expanded a bit more on that. I mean, love it. Is that her nickname?
I definitely thought he was talking about his dog.
I thought it was
before
gonna
they
be
showed
a dog.
the photo of him and his kid.
Yeah.
Oh, Moose! I can't wait to see this dog.
My cousin has a
Cute
Great
kid.
Dane named Moose, so
We
I
do know
immediately was
Moose.
like, "Oh, this is gonna be a dog."
Yeah.
No, it's
Perfect
a tiny.
name for a Great Dane. Wow.
Yeah,
right?
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I mean, she's an adorable little round baby, but
It's a cute nickname, oddly. I don't know why.
maybe it is her name. I mean, I really like Kyle overall.
You do?
Yeah, I think he's like a salt of the earth guy. I like seeing people also like a blue collar person represented.
Yep.
You don't get as much diversity in terms of careers anymore on Survivor.
True.
I like that he's had adversity in his life. My fear for him is that he's too pure for this world.
Ooh, okay.
He just seems like, I love my family, I love my wife. I can't see him backstabbing or blindsiding.
Yeah, it's tough to imagine this guy in just seeing a 60-second clip winning Survivor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Will he be around for a while? I
Yeah.
think that's very possible.
I'm 100% on goat watch for him. Like,
Yeah.
he could get taken along with anybody because he doesn't seem like a super out there personality,
Yeah.
much more reserved, kind of soft spoken. You even got a producer getting captions, drawing
It out.
conversation
Right,
out
right.
of him in his intro video. So, you know, they're having to ask him
Yeah.
a whole bunch of questions. Doesn't seem to me like he'll be leading a lot of votes, but he seems like a super nice dude who would be involved in a lot of votes.
Yeah. He's building the shelter. He's
Totally.
doing the
Yes,
hard
he is.
work. He's going to be very comfortable out there. And he seems like an amiable guy. So I'm with you, Trey. I think that he is going to go far. I don't know, but you never know. We might see some strategy. But Nora, you hit it on the head. Like, he's just too sweet for this world.
Yeah.
He's too sweet for Survivor. In this 30-second clip, we don't know. Just because he's holding a baby doesn't mean he can't annihilate someone.
I
Wow.
don't know. He's got that little shaggy haircut like a little boy.
Yeah.
I don't know. If someone's mean to Kyle, I'm coming for them.
Oh wow. Yeah. Well,
We
somebody
gotta protect
butt heads with him.
Kyle.
He's
Kyle.
gonna. He's definitely gonna be building the shelter.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like he's either gonna knock it out of the park because he's in construction.
Well, he's
like,
built his house.
Yeah, I know. So hopefully he can build a bamboo hut.
Yeah.
But sometimes that goes poorly because
you're
somebody
right.
and he doesn't seem like the guy that's going to be like, hey, we should do this.
Yes.
Let's do it this way. Because he
Right.
probably knows.
Yeah.
But maybe that's not his personality. So I don't know. That could upset people
Yeah,
in
like
a weird
can
way.
he delegate? Can
Yeah,
he say you
yeah.
do this, you do that?
Hopefully.
Hard to say.
Hopefully. He traveled around the country for over 6 years living in a van. We saw a van shot there.
Yeah.
Saw a
with
van
his,
shot.
girlfriend or whatever. He said, quote, I've eaten dinner from a dumpster with a hippie, and I've been out on $1 million yacht.
It's like a Grateful Dead song.
I've been to paradise.
That is kind of
yacht.
okay. Let's move to our oldest contestant out there on the island for Survivor 47. This is Sue, a 59-year-old flight school owner from New York.
I want to be remembered as the oldest woman to ever win Survivor. When I first got into the aviation industry, I'd have such a pushback from the men. I felt like they almost laughed at me. So I'm going to keep pushing forward, and none of them mattered. Now I have a really successful flight school, and everyone in the area knows who we are. We need more women in the aviation industry. Only 6% is women. My goal is to try to open this up to women. They need to be empowered, and I was totally underestimated. Coming here, I feel it's going to be very similar. These people look at the old person, they think they're the weak person here. Between my work ethic and my level of competition, they're going to soon realize that they're going to want me here. And my grandson will always remember his grandma kicking butt on Survivor.
Sue.
Yeah, Tamara Judge lookalike for those
Yeah.
Bravo fans out there.
Big time.
She looks just like her.
She
Got
looks
a Tamara look for
pretty
sure.
similar.
Someone do a side by side. We'll prepare that for the next app. But tough as nails. That's how she presents.
Yep.
She seems physically fit. She's clearly fought her way through a male-dominated business.
Yep.
Is it all talk? I don't know. She also seems like she likes nice things. She's wearing a nice flowing dress and lots of jewelry.
Yeah.
Good reason to take home $1 million. Buy a whole bunch more stuff. Seems to me like she's just recruiting for her business right
That's
now.
what I mean.
She just wants people to come and fly from her school.
Well,
Which
lucky for her,
yeah.
there's literally someone
flight
that wants to
attendant.
fly planes on her tribe. We'll get to Tiana in
Yeah,
a
there's a
second.
natural synergy there.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you can see it now. Like, I didn't win the $1 million, Jeff, but I came away with a new employee.
Yeah, that's right.
And business is good.
Yeah.
So maybe that will happen.
She's our oldest contestant as well.
Well, yeah, and if she goes on to win this thing, she would be the oldest winner ever. I think Bob Crowley
Period, huh?
is still the oldest at 57.
Oh, wow.
Back in 2008, season 17. So, and as for women, I think Denise Stapley at like young 40s was the
Yeah.
oldest woman. So anyway,
Not Tina?
I don't think so.
Wow.
I
I
don't think
Tina-
Tina
I
was a
think she
little.
was
What was going on
45-ish.
back then?
Oh, yeah.
Because like between Tina and Bob Crowley, you could have told me Bob Crowley was like 75
Yeah,
years
I
old. The
know.
guy was sepia toned as a person.
Oh my.
That's true. I guess he was only 57. But okay, so Sue, JD, thoughts on Sue?
Yeah, I like Sue. She's a pilot. My brother's a pilot, so I'm into it. She, shoulders. There was that shot of her like digging deep, big shoulders. I think she is in good shape.
Yeah.
I did get a bit of Heather vibes from her. I feel like this is the most we're gonna hear from
Oh,
Sue.
I'm gonna push back. I disagree.
Okay,
I
I'm
think she'd
just-
be much more of a character. Sue.
Snap judgment.
Yeah, I know.
Snap judgment. But
Heather was like, you're right.
Heather was, like,
just
non-existent.
Never
there.
saw anything.
We
Yeah.
never saw
Yeah.
from her.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think Sue's gonna be the case.
Okay.
I don't know if she's gonna be in this game long, but she seems like a big personality.
She seems
Again,
like it.
to climb the ranks in a male-dominated profession like
Sure.
that, I think she's sticks up for herself and says what she thinks.
Yeah.
Her interesting answer to what do you value in an alliance partner is from her bio. Quote, "We all know alliances are only temporary, so I'm not expecting much from anyone. We are all going to lie to each other, okay? As a teammate, I'm hoping to learn a new language, maybe to dance, maybe learn about someone's cultural or spiritual beliefs."
Does she know she's going on Survivor?
I like that. What a weird way to come about that.
Yeah,
like,
it's
I'm
interesting.
Just gonna get to know people out there.
Yeah,
she's-
Gabe doesn't want to make friends. She's like, let's make friends.
Yeah.
Right. They'll be
love
the
to learn
best
about
of
you.
friends. Yeah, she's going to camp. That's the problem, right? Like she's just going out there.
Yeah.
Let's sing Kumbaya. I'm gonna recruit this young Hawaiian girl,
Yes.
and call it a day. But we'll see. I don't know.
We will see. Okay, that's Sue. Let's go to the fifth member of the Blue Tribe. His name is TK. Oh my God, TK.
Wait, I did get cast?
You did get cast. 31-year-old athlete marketing manager from Maryland.
Even now, I just sit here and I see like ants and bugs crawling. I'm just like, what the hell is going on? So when I was 14, I was diagnosed with FSGS. It's a pretty rare kidney disease. I had 50% kidney failure by the time I found out anything was even wrong with me. And I was told by 3 different doctors that I wasn't gonna make it. Nothing's gonna be as bad as dying, right? So I mean, at the end of the day, like, I don't really care what adversity I face. I'm just excited to be in all of this and just experience it all. Been wanting to play football my whole life. My sickness and illness, I couldn't play anymore, so I just told myself, if I can't play in the NFL, I'm gonna work for the NFL in some type of capacity. I'm in athlete marketing. I essentially play a middleman between partners and players. You're dealing with all types of people in my line of work. You got people who's from a country town all the way in middle Tennessee somewhere, and then you have a guy who's from urban New York. I have to treat them the same, and I have to work with them the same, so I think that'll help me here as well.
So TK, let's start with our TK. Your thoughts on this TK?
He's representing for us well.
Yeah.
I like him. I like his energy.
So do I.
I don't know if we're going to get a better quote than it can't be as good or as bad as dying. He's just laughing through the whole thing. Will his background in marketing play a factor? Maybe. It means he knows how to talk to people. And like he says, he sees a lot of different people in his line of work. So yeah, I mean, he's high on my list for so far. We're a third of the way through, basically. He's one of my top 2 so far.
You liked him, you said, when you first watched it.
Star power. Don't let this guy get to the end. He'll win it.
Whoa.
So likable. So like clearly has had adversity in his life. He's had this health scare. He's overcome that. I would watch him talk. Like he just seems really, really likable.
JD?
Yeah, a people person who has perspective, like it can look at the big picture and say, yeah, I could have died. I still could. I don't know if he's still suffering from, I've never heard of this disease.
Kidney disease, I guess.
Yeah.
So, he's there to give it his all, and he's charismatic as fuck.
Yeah,
So,
he sort of like lights up the
Yeah.
screen.
Oh my God, he's got a great smile.
yeah, so I like him. I
Okay.
like him a lot.
What is something we would never know from looking at you? He said, I'm kind of a nerd at heart.
I like that.
I love video games, anime, sci-fi films, and I really like nature documentaries for some reason.
Interesting.
Okay, man.
Okay.
Win me over.
So he's got maybe this mix of like he's obviously athletic and had maybe hopes to play in the NFL. Besides then that was like dampened obviously because of his disease there, but he's also maybe a nerd. He's blending the two together. Maybe he can connect with people. I do love from all these videos, whatever your profession is, you have to spin it into how that will help you win the game of Survivor.
Yeah, I'm sure they
it
coach
makes
them.
me laugh. Like the hoops they jump through to make it work. Like, well, I talk to people for a living.
I'm sure
so.
he does have to manage a lot of big personalities
I know.
and anticipate people's needs, read what they want versus what they're saying. Like, there is some nuance there in that kind of a role.
For sure. Yeah. Okay.
I was trying to
I like
determine who like the blurred out faces were when he was walking alongside people. He's like, I work with the NFL. I was like, is that Tua Tagovailoa? It could have been.
Yeah. Will he be name dropping anyone out there?
Interesting.
I don't know if that would serve him to do that.
Probably not.
No,
Yeah, they'd be like, oh, you're too close to athletes. You must be very rich.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah, get out of here, man. All right, our final person on the Blue Tribe is Tiana, a 27-year-old flight attendant from Hawaii.
When you hear Hawaii, you think vibe, go with the flow. But in reality, I'm gonna be cutting throats. So I'm hoping they think I'm just here for a fun little ride, but they have no idea what's lurking under the surface. I'm constantly seeing where I can grow and evolve as a human being. I was a Division I college athlete, got my master's in educational leadership in policy, and I am a flight attendant for Hawaiian Airlines, but I do want to become a pilot. Winning that $1 million is gonna help a lot with pilot school. I was an alternate for season 45. I was obviously pissed. However, looking back on it, I'm so grateful that Hannah stuck it out for those 2 extra days. And I know that things are gonna work out the way they're meant to work out. We will be deplaning shortly, AKA Jeff snuffing your torch. As you proceed out of the aircraft, go ahead and shaka back to us because it was not personal. We still love you anyway.
Okay, so here's our flight attendant. Yes, hang loose. Obviously a character. What do you think?
Our first native Hawaiian contestant. That's pretty cool.
In this season.
Ever, I thought.
Wow.
That's what I read.
Did some research.
Yeah.
You don't think Cody grew up there?
He was from Iowa.
He was from Iowa. But the elevator sales in Hawaii are irresistible. Had to get out to Honolulu. It's true.
I mean, it seems like she's a athlete. She played volleyball for Gonzaga, I think. It said that in her bio.
Yep. She played volleyball for Gonzaga and sand volleyball for the University of Utah.
Sand volleyball.
Somebody said sand volleyball at last night's pickup run. I had just never heard it called sand volleyball. Obviously, we're talking about beach volleyball, but it used to be called
Makes
sand
me
volleyball.
think of Dune.
Yeah, sure. So she's an athlete. This tribe, actually, if you look at it, looks pretty athletic.
Very athletic.
She was the
tribe.
oldest out there, but like you said, JD, like looks really athletic. They could be tough.
I feel like they will be dominant.
Yeah, that's what I think
the
so
vibe
too.
I'm getting.
But yeah, an alternate for season 45.
Could have been you.
Hannah took her spot, but hey, it all worked out. She's there. What do you think?
I think she's gonna outlast Hannah. That would be my first prediction. I kind of liked her energy. I think she, like you're saying, she's got the athleticism. She also says she has like educational background, so she's seeing a lot of different people. I'm sure talking to parents. Yet again, we're seeing somebody who's saying, I'm going to go under the radar. That's kind of I think going to be a big pitch for a lot of these people, but I kind of like the energy that we were getting in this audition.
Flight attendants have done well in Survivor history, JD. If you actually go back, I mean, Todd won as a flight attendant. There's a couple other that went very, very far.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. What do you think of Tiana?
I like her. I like her energy. But, I got to say something bad.
Okay.
Slightly off-putting, and I'm not sure what it is. It's that pain. Her smile is so big it looks painful for her,
Yeah,
I think it might, and her, I'm sure that, hey, producer says, hey, dance around for us, let's get some shots. And it's just like, I feel like you're going to rub people the wrong way out of the gate. Your free spirit energy, and but I don't know, like that's just like
I think some people love that and some people can't stand it, and that's what I think she's gonna do to people out there.
The most silly goose we've seen.
Yes, yeah, she's
giving
most silly goose. Yeah.
But that painful looking smile makes me think that there's something
dark
in there. You know what I mean? Who was there was a woman 2 seasons ago who had like the most She was the sweetest woman, but she also like would have breakdowns and stuff.
Yeah.
And her smile was just so. I can't remember her name. After it's done, it's done, and they're gone out of my mind.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
My concern here with Tiana is when they ever have to go to their first tribal council, second one, whatever, she screams to me when last minute changes are happening,
Panic.
like that she's gonna panic a little
Yeah.
bit, and just her energy.
yes.
That could be a problem.
Yes.
Yeah, she is-
Maybe not for her, but for other people, I
She
could see
does
that blowing
seem
up.
a little heightened.
Yes.
So we'll see
Right.
how it could be the thing of like maybe the first couple days she's more wired, and then
Yes.
she settles in
Yes.
once she figures out what the vibes are.
And that happens to a lot of people out there.
Totally.
And this is like, remember, like they're doing it, like they're just out there on the island.
Yeah.
Doing these little videos probably before the game starts.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know
oh,
if it's
yeah.
a day or two before or whenever they do
Yeah.
it. But
You
like,
think her and
they're pumped.
Sue are gonna lock in,
How could they
How
not?
could they not?
right?
The Pilots Alliance.
Yeah.
Got to.
Like, how could they not?
Right, they must. I could see Sue
Like,
calming
is
her
it-
down and being like, "You need to chill."
Like, isn't Tiana though gonna find out what Sue does? Like, oh my god! Like, I
Unless
want
Sue lies.
You think Sue's lying about the whole thing?
I don't know.
Well, we saw her flying the
No,
plane.
no. If she, no. That's not what I mean. If she isn't honest to the people on the show about what she does because she doesn't want to seem, I don't know, affluent or something.
Oh no! The
So-
first thing she's telling people
Oh,
is
yeah.
she owns a fight
Well, she
school.
seems proud,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
she
she should
should.
Yeah, they're gonna link up. You know, I do wonder if who is the first Caroline? Like, will there be a strong little women's like will Sue as Mama Sue here?
Yeah.
Like, take
Collect them.
who in under her wing? Will that
How
happen?
dare you put the old lady into the
I'm
mama
sorry.
role?
You know, she's a
dare you.
grandmother. Good for
Okay.
her.
True.
Yeah.
Okay.
She doesn't have to be the grandma. She doesn't have to. She's the pilot, the business
Yeah.
owner. She's the
She contains
the captain
multitudes.
of planes and industry. Maybe she's got a little bit of a beef with flight attendants. It's like, flight attendant. Oh, you want to be a
fly a
pilot?
Boeing. You fly a Boeing
okay.
737.
Might as well just be a passenger.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. All right, let's move to the Yellow Tribe, and we start with Andy, a 31-year-old AI research assistant from Brooklyn, New York.
I have the ability to charm and disarm. It's a social game, like, that's really good. I work in computer learning and natural language. It's the science of language. Survivor, it's a game of conversations. And so I'm gonna be especially attuned to that social element of the game. I was really, really close with my cousin Ashley. She named me the godfather to her firstborn. A year later, we lost Ashley to domestic violence, and they don't have parental figures. I can be someone that they can look up to. What better way of showing that than like following my dream? I can come back home and look at Chasey and say, this is how you live life. People are looking at me and thinking that I am another Austin, solid, dependable, but ultimately beatable. If people see that in me, I can capitalize on that and just play like a snake.
Oh, wow. He's going to play the Austin Coon card.
Yeah.
Ryan Austin.
Survivor 45. This guy was, Andy was a finalist last cycle as
Yeah.
well. So he's been trying to get on the show here, become very close, and finally he's in here. Your first impressions.
Likable, seems friendly. It does seem like his social game will be strong. He gives an unserious vibe.
Yeah.
In his presentation, like he was being silly, and I mean, after watching, I have watched some of these already, but I was like, what would I do if the camera's just on me? And like some people
Yes.
like they mime boxing or like,
Oh, yeah.
I think I don't know what I would do either. Hey, but it is like kind of awkward. Like, what do I do? And so he did like a silly wave. So he does seem like kind of like a chill bro, but I do think he knows a lot about Survivor, and he's a pretty serious Survivor fan.
And
First guy, I'm like, I don't know. I'm not.
okay.
I was a little off put by the unserious nature,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, are you gonna actually make
stuff?
moves out here? Or are you just trying to come out and have fun? He's trying to pitch himself as sideways to Austin, but Austin got pretty far.
Yeah.
You know, like he could have easily won if he didn't fall in love at an inopportune time. That's
right.
I like his story. He seems like a good guy, but I don't know how AI research assistant is gonna play out on the island. Some people
Yeah.
probably okay with it. Some people probably scared.
Yeah.
What does this guy know?
Yeah,
Can he make his own
exactly.
decisions? Does he got to run it through an algorithm?
What does ChatGPT say?
Yeah.
Interesting that you said, I'm paraphrasing what you said, but maybe this guy sort of screams like a guy that might just be riding passenger for this ride. I say that because one of his favorite hobbies is road trips, even though he can't drive.
Respect.
Okay.
Just like
That's a crazy thing to say.
That's a wild thing to say. Like, can't drive, but I'm all in for the road trip.
like
but he's
cruising.
not in control.
So
as
he's
much
just
as,
there for the journey.
He's there for the journey. Maybe he's good on the radio.
He's gonna have to step up.
But yeah, I'm sort of with you, TK. I wasn't like, oh, I don't dislike this guy.
Not
by
a
any means.
compelling presentation.
Yeah. JD, your thoughts on Andy?
Yeah, I'm with you. A decent vibe from him. In his defense, he is from Brooklyn, New York, so you don't need a license if you live in New York.
Hey, fair point.
So,
fair point.
I'm not going to use that as a strike against him. But seems like a genuine guy, a sweet guy. Horrific backstory, though. Like the disconnect with between his demeanor and the backstory that they chose to show us is just like, whoa, damn it.
Yeah.
This guy's been through some stuff. So yeah, I mean, I think he'll be decent in challenges. He seems relatively athletic, but we'll see. I mean,
will he go as far as Austin?
His personality wasn't jumping out of the screen at me or anything
Right.
like that.
He says his two great powers, though, are his ability to charm and disarm people from all walks of life. He said that in that video. And then he said, my ability to crunch numbers in a pinch, too.
Okay.
Puzzles,
just obviously the strategy part, maybe, where the votes are lying.
Sure.
If you know, we'll see. Let's move to Anika, a 26-year-old marketing manager from Los Angeles.
I am exuberant, curious, and calculated. Calculated being my favorite word. On dating apps, one of my prompts is I'm convinced that I can win Survivor, and I've been collecting all the different responses of all these different men. You're not gonna win if I'm on the show, or you really think you're gonna win? If you doubt my skill set, red flag. If you're mentioning players like Parvati and Boston Rob to me, green flag. I'm a manager of finance and operations. It's a very strategic role. I gather all of the data points, I analyze them, knowing how to move the business forward if we are doing good or bad. Same thing in Survivor. I'm gonna have to continuously update my gameplay based on how things go. Because I did grow up in a predominantly white area, I did change things about myself in order to fit in. It took me some time to fully embrace who I am instead of trying to run away or hide from it. And I think it's the perfect timing for me to go into a game meeting people as who Annika is.
JD, let's start with you this time. Annika, what do you think?
I think if somebody jumps into your dating profile and says, I'm going to beat you at Survivor, I think they're flirting with you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think you should. That's not necessarily a red flag. Okay. You know, you're leaving men on the table, is what I'm saying. Right. For no reason. For no reason.
People don't know how to flirt anymore.
Right? Yeah. Honestly, I like her. She's gorgeous, obviously.
Yeah, babe.
Now that we're ranking people and their looks on this
we
show,
can say
finally.
Yeah. She's one of the youngest people out there.
Yeah, this is a young tribe, though.
One guy that is younger, but
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, she describes herself as exuberant. I don't know what that means really, but calculating is what she wants us to focus on, and I like that. I get maybe villain vibes from her. Like she did have that sort of weird evil laugh that was undercut by the nice jangly guitar under it, because it could have easily gone into that brum brum brr. So yeah, I think I'm getting villain vibes. I'm getting calculated vibes. I'm getting maybe. No, I'm not gonna say Parvati vibes. But
well, she said in her bio, in my day-to-day life, I have a tendency to be blunt and straightforward, like Queen Sandra.
Okay.
I can persuade people like Queen Parvati.
Okay.
However, I think I will play most like Queen Sarah in Game Changers.
Oh. Okay.
So those are her three female idol legends.
She's very dynamic. She's a babe. I like that she said calculated. Don't underestimate a girl in her 20s either. They know too much, and they will figure things out. I do think she does feel like a person, though, that might get herself into scenarios like being suspicious of people and thinking she's being calculated, but she's seeing things that aren't necessarily there.
Okay.
But yeah, excited to see how she gels.
TK, your thoughts?
I'm getting major pre-merge vibe character from her. Like she's gonna get involved, like you're saying, Nora. She's gonna get suspicious of somebody or do something suspicious. I'm thinking of like J. Maya digging a hole and trying to get people to try and find an idol that she hid somewhere else. It feels like she's going to butt heads with somebody early on, and that could carry a couple of episodes for us. So we'll see how it turns out. I mean, calculated, you put that I'm going to win Survivor, and then you save all of these responses so that you can go on Survivor and talk trash about these dudes.
Incredible.
That is calculated.
I thought it was sort of a badass move. I was like, okay, I do like her. I like her MO here. All right, so that's Annika. Let's move to the big celebrity from Survivor 47. This is John Lovett, a 42-year-old podcast host from New York but lives in LA.
If I were introducing myself, I would say this is John Lovett. He is a former presidential speechwriter and TV writer. He is now a podcast host, and he's best in small doses. Being a speechwriter is about figuring out the best way to convince a bunch of people to either come along with you or agree with you or support you. I think that's a lot of what Survivor is. Final Tribal, it's a political campaign, it's an election, and it is very fun to think about, but I know that if I'm thinking about that, I'm not thinking about what I have to do to get there. When Pod Save America listeners and Love It or Leave It listeners discover that the reason I was gone for 5 weeks is to be on Survivor, they're gonna think that that is bananas. But there was something really exciting about putting that aside to focus on this game where everybody starts at zero, and it'll be okay. Once I get talking, you'll see. It's worse for me than it is for you. I'm just an odd person.
Okay, before I get your first impressions of John Lovett on Survivor, some of his bio answers were hilarious.
Okay.
3 words to describe you. Most people pick 3 different words, like we just saw, calculated, whatever.
Right.
He went with opinions for days.
Oh.
Okay, I love that. Who do you think you'll play most like? He said Penner with an Aubrey Moon and a Cochrane Rising.
Wow.
Love it.
Hey, that's awesome. Anytime somebody picks non-winners as who they want to play like, respect.
Yeah, I'm with you.
For sure.
Pet peeves. Too many to count, he said. Phones at stoplight. People who cut in line and then act confused. I'm just constantly annoyed. I'm like a gay Larry David.
Yeah, that's great.
And then the final one here, who's your biggest inspiration and why? Honestly, I love my family and friends, but I'm inspired and motivated by the people I hate.
A page out of the Nora Book of Life.
So, your thoughts on John Lovett here
Haters
on being
can
on
be
Survivor?
great inspiration. His one-on-one interview with the camera is good. They're all going to be hilarious.
Yeah.
He's going to get a lot of camera time,
I would think so.
The way he interacts with everybody will be really interesting. He's been in rooms some of the most powerful people ever, like presidents, and crafted the words for them. So I think the star power will be great with him.
Will people know who he is?
Some will.
Some, I would have to think.
Okay.
Not all.
Okay.
I say 100%.
Somebody day one, we get a. You're John Lovett, or like you.
I know your voice.
Yes.
Oh,
I can
something
see,
like that. Yeah.
We haven't met her yet, but Rachel, I feel like would know who he is.
Okay.
I don't know. Annika feels like maybe too young. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm with you guys. I think somebody will, but I don't think like everybody out there is like, that guy.
No,
not at all.
No, I don't think he's that recognizable.
Your thoughts though on his intro video here?
I think Nora's right. Confessional powerhouse. Like he's gonna be Mike White reincarnated every time you're on Talking Head. It's gonna be great. They're gonna put in a ton of them. But who's letting a presidential speechwriter get to Final Tribal?
Never.
No way.
Yeah.
Not only are you probably like, oh, he must be rich. He works in politics. He's a speechwriter, and you're gonna let him convince people to give him $1 million. Seems unlikely to me.
Yeah.
Do you think he can hide it somehow? Just say podcaster?
Yeah, maybe.
People wouldn't, because he has.
Yeah, I just do this little NBA show. I do it with a couple of my buddies. We talk about the NBA every day. It's a small show.
No big deal.
Can you imagine? It'd be awesome. I don't think he will lie though.
Well, no, he doesn't necessarily have to say he was a presidential speechwriter.
Oh yeah, that part,
leave that part out.
Yeah, he
I
could
don't
just say, I'm a podcaster.
That's not widely known, I don't think. Like to the casual Pod Save America.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I like John. I listen to his show. I do find them insufferable sometimes. They get on my tits sometimes. And I could see that happening on the island.
Yeah.
But I agree with you 100%, Trey. Mad Mike White vibes,
Energy,
and I cannot wait for his confessionals.
Mike White went very far, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
And Lisa Welcher back in the day went very far too. I mean, like a smaller celebrity, right?
Yeah.
Was she on Family Ties? No,
she was on Facts of Life.
Facts of Life.
Yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, I I'm going to be rooting for him just because I feel like I know him, right? Like, it's like I listen to the show all the time. So,
I mean, if TK has to cheer for a guy named TK, we sort of do have to cheer for another podcast.
Yeah,
kind of.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it's like guys named after us or women.
Yeah.
The profession of podcast hosts
Right.
or Canadians.
Right.
Or maybe from Chicago. So we have to. It's just
Sure.
what we do here on No Bus.
absolutely.
All right, let's move to Rachel, who's up next here on the same tribe as John Lovett. Rachel is a 34-year-old graphic designer from Michigan.
I love people. I love games. I love like challenging myself. I love money. So like, what is there not to love about Survivor? I design user interfaces. When you're using an app, you don't necessarily notice the color or like the buttons or the typography that's being used. All of those things should feel really seamless. That's how I want to integrate myself in this game. No one's really like actually paying attention to the fact that I'm there all the time. I'm weird and I'm like quirky and just like a little neurotic and a little too much at times. And I think my husband Derek is the absolute foil to my personality. We just like really balance each other out. I hope that I can find somebody out here that has similar characteristics and is able to keep me in check. I've been thinking about this Goldilocks complex. Not too smart, but not unstrategic. Not too physical, but not too weak. Just being right in that like middle spot. That's key to winning.
Okay, that's Rachel. With one of the better lines from all these videos, I love money. And then I was laughing. I was like, yeah, hell yeah.
Very self-aware.
Yep.
I feel like very smart. She designs user interface, like stuff you don't even think about, the granular stuff about how something looks. I could see her and John connecting. They seem, she just seems bright and and clever, and I could see them chatting it up.
Your thoughts on Rachel?
She's my favorite from this tribe so far. She seems like with her occupation, she's got to be detail oriented between coding and like doing all the little tiny typography stuff like she's mentioning. Not an overbearing personality, but very personable. It seems like I like her.
Yeah, very likable. Bit of a cushy job, I have to say. A lot of shots of her sitting at a desk inside, very comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all. That's all
But
I'm
no,
worried
there was
about.
a photo of her and Derek on the river.
Oh,
so they're outdoorsy.
That's right. You're right.
I hope Derek makes it out there.
Bring
back the loved ones.
Are we back? Are we loved ones back?
Oh, loved ones, bring them back.
Yeah, why don't they do it anymore?
It costs a lot.
Come on, they're making
Cost a lot.
Where is he? Come on, Jeff.
Come on, Jeff.
You're making billions.
She has a self-proclaimed sort of overactive brain. Like she even said in her bio. In a partner, she's looking for someone that will not be intimidated by her rapid fire way of thinking, and that then can like take, again, these are her words, my word vomit and parse it back.
Right.
And that will like, she's looking for someone that can like chill her out.
Yeah, she's
so
a
it'll be
little
a good
neurotic.
balance. If she finds the right person, I could see that working.
Yeah.
Needs a speechwriter. Be a
I'm
good
saying,
combo.
I see them vibing.
Yeah.
Power couple.
This is one of the funniest answers in all of the bios. When Rachel was asked, what's something we would never know from looking at you? She wrote, I can house the majority of a Costco watermelon in a single setting.
Baller. Just hoofing down a watermelon.
I can house the majority of it.
What does that mean?
To house it, to eat it.
Eat it.
Eat it.
Eat it all.
Yeah.
Aggressively.
Never heard that before.
You never? Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
why I laughed at that. Yeah. I can house a watermelon.
Looking at her, you would not think that.
No, definitely not.
Pencil it in as a reward, I would say. If you're bragging about being able to eat this much food, suddenly you're going to be tempted with a whole watermelon.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see it, Rachel.
Yeah. Okay, let's move to the fifth member of the Yellow Tribe here. This is Sam, a 24-year-old sports reporter, born in Illinois, but now lives in Nashville.
Everybody wants to find an idol, but idols are like curses now, so individual immunity works just fine for me. That one I don't have to overthink. My first memory is me and my brother sitting cross-legged as Jeff is reading the votes in Survivor Cook Islands. We're just chanting, Ozzy, 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 as Jeff reveals the last vote. Yule, tears, we are like distraught. You would have thought our dog died. Sports and Survivor were like two of my things growing up, and I hit the age where you kind of realize, okay, not gonna be a professional athlete for a living. How else can I get involved? Sports reporting gave me an outlet. I think in sports reporting, you have to know how to stroke an ego, how to ask the right question to get information out of people. I've kind of fine-tuned those skills. I've always been a little bit more than just the sports guy. I did musical theater. I did drama. I wrote poetry. As soon as you've made a connection with me, like the vulnerability comes flowing out. So I'm not afraid to show a little waterworks sometimes.
All right, Sam likes sports and he doesn't care. Sam likes sports from Wimbledon to the Super Bowl. Sam, the youngest person out here on the island, 24.
Yeah.
He is my first pick for somebody that's going to say we have to keep the tribe strong because this guy cares a lot about the physical portion of the game. Trying to become an athlete, it didn't work, so then he became a sports reporter. It's kind of like, trying to become an athlete and then it doesn't work and you become a podcaster. It happens to all of us out there.
Was that your path?
Yeah, there was a detour into thinking I knew anything about the medical field.
Oh, right. We've all been
cutting
there.
open bodies. Sam seems all right. I don't think he's going to win.
No.
He is the only person here in watching these videos and getting ready for this show that I didn't take any notes on.
Aw,
I'm just like,
Sam.
I didn't have anything. I was like, Sam.
I said he kind of feels like a chameleon because he has bro energy off the top.
Yeah.
He's like boxing at the camera and like again, but then he starts talking about musical theater. So like you are kind of like a lot of different characteristics,
Some
things
layers.
I would. Yeah, I could see him and Andy kind of getting together and vibing.
Okay.
They seem kind of like affable bros.
Okay. Oh, a little bromance.
Yeah.
Possibly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Your thoughts on Sam, JD?
Yeah, not much, to be honest. I mean, he's definitely going on my make your picks team because he sounds like a crier.
True.
He said he's not afraid to let those waterworks go. Right. He's in musical theater, so he's no stranger to crying for sure.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm not.
Nobody's picking Sam to win this game.
Not currently.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
You said he was 24?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
seems older.
Seems older.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah,
That's true.
I agree with that. All right, final person here in this tribe, Sierra, 27-year-old nurse who resides in Pennsylvania.
A lot of times when I'm around, people are laughing. I like to call myself a hoot. I am actually a surgical nurse, so I work for a plastic surgeon. So I get to be that surgical guide to walk all of these patients throughout the process. So really I end up being a lot of time the therapist. And I really want to be somebody that my, tribe mates can turn to and be like, hey, I'm feeling down. I feel like I can bring that to them. People look at me and just see a little tiara on my head. There's so much more to Sierra than just pageant Sierra. Being a Phillies ball girl, playing softball my entire life, being in the service industry for over 12 years, to now being a registered nurse, and I was born for the game of Survivor. So I'm ready. I'm out here to play for my dad. He has gone through hell and back the last 2 years with chemo infusions, blood transfusions. His last few words to me were just go get him, bud, bring it home and, come home a millionaire. And that's what I'm gonna do.
JD, I checked. You don't get points for Sierra
cries?
crying in
Damn
the
it.
intro video. But 3 words to describe herself: ambitious, intuitive, and hoot.
Oh my gosh.
So this is her thing.
Yeah.
Wait. So it says hoot?
It just says hoot.
I'm a hoot.
The Pennsylvania accent is wild.
Yes.
I keep thinking of that Tina Fey used to do that accent. She had a character. Anyway, nonetheless, she feels like every drunk girl I've ever met in a bathroom.
Oh,
yeah, totally.
And you don't know this because you're not in the bathroom, the girl's bathroom. But when you're drunk and you meet another drunk girl in the bathroom, that's who you're meeting. And they're like, "I love your dress,"
Right.
and you start talking, and you never see them again.
Right.
But that's the vibe she has. Incredibly affable,
Totally.
outgoing. She's cute. Yeah, I like her.
Yeah, me too. Social butterfly, it seems like to me. She's going to be able to make friends with everybody. She deals with stressful situations as a nurse, but it seems like she's got some depth to her as well with the backstory with her father, an athlete as well, so I think she'll be competitive in that portion of the game. That was a good intro video, I thought, for her.
Yeah,
I'm a fan.
JD, one of her favorite hobbies, pickleball.
Oh yeah. Okay, she's winning this game.
There you go.
She gets strategy. She knows when to come to the line, when to back up, when to smash the ball, and when to just simply dink it.
There you go. That's your video to get
There
on
you
She also likes crabbing. She likes crabbing on the boat. She has a newfound love for rock climbing, and I'm also a big beer pong girl. Minus the beer, sub a seltzer. Heck, put water in them. I just love the damn game.
Oh my gosh.
Just likes throwing a ping pong ball into a cup. I
She just
love
likes games.
She likes games.
Likes games.
She likes games. JD, what do you think here of Sierra?
Yeah, I like her. I like her
Really?
a lot.
Oh,
I like
okay.
her even more now that I know she's a pickleball person. And I got a little bit verklempt.
Of course.
When she was talking about her dad. Hopefully he's still with us, but it's hard. Who knows? But yeah, Sierra, good vibes. I think she Kenzie vibes. I think a little like she says she wants to take on the other people's happiness and making sure everybody's okay.
Yeah.
So
is she just too much? Kenzie was like reserved but very likable. I my only fear with Sierra is that she's gonna irritate.
Overbearing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like you said, the drunk girl in the bathroom.
Yeah, it could be a lot.
All right, relax here a bit. And she's gonna come in like a lot of them do, but like super pumped.
Yeah.
She needs to survive the first tribal council.
Her and Annika are basically the same age, so their personalities feel very different.
Right.
But I could see them aligning.
But yeah, Sierra's gone through some stuff. Obviously, her dad diagnosed with cancer 2 years ago, and shortly after, her mom had a second heart attack as her dad was receiving home chemotherapy.
Oh my God.
And then on top of that, because she is a nurse, she goes, quote, "I'm getting sick of the monthly payments towards my $100,000 student debt."
Oh my goodness.
So she's out there to win. $1 million bucks.
Get out there, Sierra. Mix it up.
Sierra.
One more thing about Sierra. She worked for 10 years in the service industry.
Yeah.
So she knows people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nora, she's definitely been in that bathroom.
For sure.
So
I feel like I know Sierra.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the yellow tribe. Our final tribe here, it's the red tribe. And we start with, I believe you pronounce it
Aisha.
Aisha, a 32-year-old IT consultant from Houston, Texas.
If we sit next to each other on a plane, I will talk to your ear off. And I literally have at least 6 or 7 contacts in my phone of so-and-so's name, airplane. I always thought I'm gonna be married by 23, I'm gonna have kids by 25, and I am 32 and single. What that has prepared me for is to be adaptable, because I don't know what Jeff is gonna throw at us. All I know is that I have the ability to create strong relationships, and that's what's gonna carry me through the game. If I see somebody that seem unapproachable, they seem impossible to work with, I'm gonna wanna make it happen, because I'm gonna feel that personal satisfaction that I was able to win them over. Because I saw people like Marianne, Shan, Katora, seeing someone like me and thinking, wait, if they could do it, I could do it. And so if I could do that for some other girl out there, I think that's inspiring.
There is Aisha on the red tribe. Now, she is a part of the Rob Has a Podcast world.
Yeah, she's a podcaster.
She's a podcaster.
It's a very hot time to be a podcaster.
Well, no, I can't believe
One
they
per
overlooked
tribe.
TK. Yeah.
I know, it's okay. We're going to get there.
Maybe that was the problem.
Too much competition.
Damn,
Oh
we got
my
too
God,
many
too many.
Can't take
You
this
gotta
guy.
weed them out.
Yeah, but your thoughts on her?
A very warm personality. She seems very nice, which makes me worried for her. I'm like, I need you to have a little bit more of an edge. But given that she's in the podcasting world and has experience around Survivor, she knows what she has to do. So hopefully she's just keeping that part of herself a little bit secret.
Right. You don't think she should come out there and say?
Not necessarily. I don't think it works well for women.
Okay. No, I do like her.
Yeah.
And I wonder how much she does keep that secret of her knowledge of the game.
Yeah.
Right? What do you think, though?
I like it. I like how she's referencing Shan and Katura, 2 great players who kind of just got caught up a little too early in the game, played a little too fast. But, you know, if you're in the Rob world, you're getting tips, you're getting advice. You know the way where they went wrong in their game, and you can use that for your game. So I could see her going pretty far.
She also lost 10 pounds of fat and gained 5 pounds of muscle in preparation.
Get it, girl.
For Survivor by
Love that.
strength training. So taking this very seriously. JD, your first impressions?
Grip training, because remember who was saying
Oh,
grip?
yeah.
10
Get your
pounds
grip
of
up.
muscle
You're
right here.
holding on to a lot of
Oh
things, a
my
lot of
God.
knots. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
You see that guy that just broke like the pull-ups world record, did 6,000 in like a day?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
not a
insane.
thing.
His hands were mangled.
Oh, who needs it?
They look disgusting.
What did
his
he
hands.
get for it?
Just
He's got the record.
Yeah, I would say a handshake, but he couldn't even do that.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Are men okay? Like, what is wrong with you, bro?
No, we're all very impressed.
What is wrong with
Like, come on.
Well, JD, what do you think?
Yeah, I was a little off-putting when she's saying I talked to everybody next to me
Yeah.
on a plane. But by the end of her tape, I was like, I would talk to her on a plane.
She's very warm.
She's very charming, very warm. I think she's going to be very popular on the island. I think she's going to make a lot of friends. And like you say, she's in the Survivor business, so she better go far.
Yeah.
Right?
I think she's long for this game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if she wins it, but I think she's going to be around for a while. Her favorite hobby is going to escape rooms. Playing basketball. Love to see that. Long walks with my dogs. Because one of her pet peeves, sort of ironic, people who oppose the idea that dogs can be someone's children.
Who's opposing this?
There are people.
Say it to my face.
Well, she doesn't have any kids, as she said, but has 2 dogs named Pepper and Cinnamon.
Oh, Spice Girls.
She calls them her Spice Girls.
Stop.
Seriously. Yeah.
Stop.
I'm dead serious. That's what I said. So you like her even
Did
more?
we just become best friends?
Yeah. Spice Girls. You like her even more.
That's so cute. She's a dog person. Green flag.
Okay, good. It's
great.
Okay, let's move to our second person here on the Red Tribe, Genevieve, a 33-year-old corporate lawyer from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Let's go.
But the problem is, I'm a terrible liar. So, I don't know. I'm going to be really, really grateful if I'm here on like day 4.
I'm here, I guess.
I am a corporate lawyer, which means my phone is going off all the time. So life is busy and chaotic and complicated and stressful. But I love it. It's not that I have a passion for the law, I really don't, but I have a passion for problem solving and for people, and so that's gonna help me out here. I will absolutely not be telling people that I am a lawyer. Post 45, hell no. 3 out of the final 6 were lawyers. There's no way that I can tell people I'm a lawyer, or they'll be like, Kate, nice to meet you, bye. I gotta be really careful about who I show the inner workings of my mind to. I'm gonna win, and win by like unanimously, with no one ever voting for me throughout the whole game. And anything less than that will be a complete failure.
Sarcasm. Yeah, so she's not going to be telling people that she's a lawyer.
She should definitely not, especially after Survivor 45,
That's right. 3 of the final 6. Katura, Jakey Boy, and Julie.
No.
Jakey
lawyers.
Boy.
Jakey Boy. Remember Jakey Boy?
I could see her saying, like, I'm a teacher or something that's, like, not so far off that you could still make it work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's interesting. What will she go with as her profession?
Something neutral.
Okay. But
what
do you think? Yeah, you
I
like
her a lot.
Not just because she's a Canadian?
Not
you
just
homer?
because she's a Canadian, but for sure we're going to rep her no matter what. I thought she felt... out of the ones we've seen so far, kind of like the most humble. Like, she wasn't like, I'm going to go out there and crush everything.
Well, she did say at the end she was going to win the game and get no votes. I think she was being sarcastic.
She was being sarcastic.
You know, I'm kidding.
Yeah, she's adorable. She's really...
You know, I'm kidding. I'll be the first one booted out.
She's really cute. She seems like
she's a babe.
Yeah, she has a great smile. I feel like she's a doer. Like, she's someone that's going to get stuff done.
Okay.
I don't think she's going to just wait around and be told what to do, but also I think she's aware enough that she has to be an observer. So listen to what people say and then like act accordingly.
Okay, your thoughts on the Canadian TK?
You can tell. Like JD said, I could tell right away she was Canadian because she comes in, she's like, I'll probably get voted out first, and then they do like her little talking head thing. She's like,
I don't know.
I'm on Survivor. Sorry, they picked me.
Sorry.
But yeah, she seems charming, and I think she'll be able to get in with other people on her tribe and, you know, just kind of go with the flow and pop up when she needs to.
JD, you love it.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you know, I'm a homer, so she seems great. I do worry about her sort of feeling like she's not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, she definitely sends out those vibes, which is a very Canadian thing to do. Very imposter syndrome. But I think she's... and I am worried about the shot of her sort of lingering over the palm fronds, because when they give you the job to weave palm fronds, like, that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. I'm just saying.
Know your strengths, though.
Yeah.
I know, but I've also heard on other podcasts that it's kind of a useless sort of busy work for people who you know, weave this while we actually build the.
I see. Okay. Interesting.
Stay out of the way on weaving duty.
Interesting analysis.
But yeah, I mean, I think that, you know, she's unique in that she seems humble and she just seems to be happy to be there. But she's a lawyer, and I think she's whip smart.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and I think she could be good at challenges as well. I don't know why. I just get that vibe.
She seems like she could be not necessarily like a challenge threat, but she'll get it done.
I don't think she's going to like hold a team back.
No.
Yeah.
She seems pretty fit.
Getting on Survivor, an accomplishment she was very proud of. Quote, I first applied the very night that Canadians could. So that's what, 5 or 6 years ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
I've applied every year since, and I got progressively closer each time, but last year I got rejected when my hopes were up. It hurt. but I kept trying. It's the longest I failed at something repeatedly, but kept trying, and here I am.
Wow.
So
There you
definitely
go.
wants to
There's
be
no
on this
vote.
damn show.
Okay.
And now she is there, repping the Canadians, the only one out there this time. All right, let's go to Kishan Patel, a 28-year-old ER doctor from San Francisco.
The adjectives that I used to describe myself, or other people used to describe me, I'm just gonna say it. Adorable. I don't know. Yeah. Part of being an ER doctor is strategizing and prioritizing and triaging and just having that chaos at all times. Nights to days, gunshot wounds to stab wounds, just like that emotional whiplash. And like the ER trains me for that. You never know what's coming at you, but you still have to be in control of it. You have to know the strategy of what to do next. That's exactly what Survivor is. I was very strategic about when I came out. My parents, they would view this as a distraction. That's why I had to be so patient. And once I had achieved becoming a doctor, I could live my life. I wanted to prove that I can achieve anything I want to be, and that's irregardless of my sexual orientation. Some of my extended family still don't know that I'm gay, and so they were like, maybe you could just pretend you're not. Hell to the no. I'm here to play and share everything about me, and here I am now.
All right, JD, I want to start with you because we did see a shot there of Kishan weaving some palm fronds.
There you go.
Don't get caught weaving.
Well, what do you think here from the vid?
I like him. I'm not gonna go so far as to call him adorable, but he's pretty adorable. I mean, he seems like a likable guy. He's a doctor, so we got a doctor and a lawyer on this tribe. You know, I'm fine. He's not knocking my socks off.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, he feels middle of the road right now.
Yeah.
He's not like jumping out at me, but he's also not doing anything to turn me off.
He's very inoffensive.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't find him charismatic, though.
No, it was a bit weird to hear his affect. Like, he is very cute and like
Yeah, his
jolly,
voice,
but he's
yeah.
like gunshot wounds.
Yeah.
Like,
wounds.
I don't feel like
I saw a guy lose his head.
Yeah, I was like, you don't have the gravitas of what I imagine an ER doctor is, but I mean, maybe that's just me. But yeah, he's cute.
Yeah, he seems more like a pediatrician than an ER doctor, but I'm Keyshawn Hive, I think.
Okay. Yeah?
I like him.
Okay.
I think he's very charismatic, charming. Adorable is maybe a word I would have to use. He seems like he'll be a chatty guy who will get in with a lot of people. He's got to deal with stressful situations in his life, both coming out to his parents and the rest of his family, and then obviously working in the ER as well. So I'm a Patel guy.
He says he wants to, or hopes to play like Spencer. Is sort of his comparison. Who he wants to, it's like like a geeky nerd, to use his words, but authentic and have still like a little devious streak to him. Gameplay. He also said something we would never know by looking at you. Despite usually being a well-planned, cautious, and articulate person, I randomly will swing the pendulum too far and be super spontaneous. I did a last-minute solo trip to Guatemala to hike a volcano. I went skydiving, and I joined a competitive dance team in college, all spontaneously.
What?
I applied to be on Survivor on a whim, and here I am.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh. I don't like that.
Why?
He's gonna be...
Well, he survived skydiving. He survived the volcano.
Not gonna like it there.
Oh, I like that shirt he had on, though. I
it's
like
a-
that colorful shirt.
Yeah, it was nice.
The shirt is sick.
Yeah,
it's a great
it looked
fit.
cool.
Is doctor a profession you don't tell people about?
I would hide it.
ER doctor, like, you're a hero.
For sure.
Literally
You're a hero.
You
You
can
make
say,
money.
I'm an ophthalmologist or something.
Yeah, there
A
you
little
go.
bit less threatening.
Nice.
Okay.
I don't know if you can fake your way through ophthalmologist.
Okay, whatever.
You know what I mean?
You
Like,
choose something a little more maybe believable, but
Yeah.
less ER doctor flash.
yeah.
Okay, maybe a pediatrician then.
Yeah, pediatrician is great.
No,
feel
you
like-
can't say doctor because doctor
At
is
all?
rich. Doctor equals
everybody
rich.
thinks rich.
Everybody thinks.
Yeah.
It may not be true, but
He
it
could
is
be
true.
terribly crippling debt, is what.
That's true. That's true
So
too.
just say that, even if he
Well,
isn't.
he could say I work adjacent to the medical industry, like in some kind of like other business capacity.
Well, you better be careful because there's a guy coming up who's in medical sales.
Well, he can talk He's a doctor.
He's a doctor.
You know what he's doing.
All right, let's go to our fourth person on this tribe. His name is Rome. He's a 30-year-old esports commentator who lives in Phoenix, Arizona.
Give us like a 15-second narration of a challenge going on.
All right, so we've got two teams, right? Two squads. They're both going out. Wait, let me read it.
What I do in esports is what Jeff does on Survivor. Jeff does all the shot calling, and that's exactly what I do in the video games. I've been traveling all around the world. I've been all the way to Saudi Arabia, casting $2 million Fortnite tournaments. When I'm watching Survivor, the second the challenge starts, I'll mute it, and then I'll start commentating over the challenge, and then I'll rewind it, and then listen to how Jeff does it and see like where I can improve, because I mean, Jeff is the GOAT of it, so you know, you gotta learn from the best. I feel like people's first impressions of me are gonna be, man, this guy is loud. I don't know if this guy's got a lot going on upstairs, but guess what? I like to think that I'm smart. I took an IQ test, it was like 135. I don't know how accurate it is, but hey, I'll take it. I got a lot of things up my sleeve that a lot of these players aren't gonna be able to see just from looking at me, and so I'm gonna be a very, very scary player, and I truly believe I'm by far one of the biggest threats out here to win this game.
All right, that's Rome. Definitely one of the biggest characters.
Big character. If he brings this energy to the tribe, I'm worried about him because this is a lot. Like,
but
this
good
is
TV.
Intense.
Yes.
Oh, for us, very entertaining. But he will be not long for that world if he is that chatty, talking a mile a minute, boasting about all of the things that he does. He does kind of have like a voice for radio. Like it's definitely
cool voice.
compelling.
Yep.
I don't watch any video games or esports commentating, but I guess he does it for like Fortnite.
Yeah, probably other things as well. I didn't do a deep dive on his
It's fascinating.
resume.
Yeah, I'm too old for that. But yeah, definitely a character.
Yeah, you could see him flaming out early or getting in with the right crew of people, and they're like, we'll keep you around because you're funny. You know, like we like having you around because he leapt off the screen. I think when you're watching that, he's making people laugh. He's making himself laugh, first and foremost. So I don't necessarily know that I would have him in like a final 3 contender, but I could see him making the merge perhaps, or, you know, going home in the first 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get shades of, I think his name was JD. Back in Survivor 41, who was a character and was a little wild out there, and it lasted, you know, like 10 days or something, but like was on screen a lot. Remember, JD. But anyway, what do you think of Rome here?
I like him. Definitely a character. I feel like he got done a little dirty with this little package. Like, you set him up to do a fake call, and then he blows it, and you air it anyway. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, is he gonna get the like dodo bird?
He's the goofball, goofball character. Maybe the music cue would also suggest that a little bit, but I like him. You know, and also Survivor likes to throw red herrings and say this guy, don't take this guy too seriously, and then he ends up going to the end. But he doesn't scream winner to me. But yeah, I think he's going to be very enjoyable pre-merge.
Yeah. He says why he'll be sole survivor. I'm going to play my idols. I like to see that. And he says I will win at least 4 individual immunity challenges.
Okay.
He's calling his shot there.
Love to see it, Rome.
Got to get to the merge first.
An incredible answer to what is something we would never know from looking at you. I haven't eaten a vegetable other than corn in 2 decades.
Rome, eat some kale. Go home and eat kale. That is not cool. That is not the flex that you think that it is.
I would never have thought of that by looking at you. You're correct.
That is concerning.
I know.
Other than corn.
Corn is like barely a vegetable. It's like a starch, essentially.
Yeah, it's the sweetest vegetable.
You got to eat some green stuff, Rome. I'm worried about you.
This guy's going to get Bruce Won out of this game.
Does he have scurvy already? He's going to get scurvy out there.
It could be.
Well, he didn't say fruit, but
Still, I'm worried.
Do you buy Rome saying when he watches Survivor, he mutes the challenges, calls the action, and then rewinds to hear how Probst called it?
Well, in that, it's funny you say that because I was reading separately about him. He watched every season of Survivor in a year. So I'm thinking someone has to do the math on this, because how long would that take if he's pausing, doing the call, and then
I'm calling
watching
bullshit
it?
on that, is what I'm saying.
I don't know, Rome. I don't know. You're going to have vegetables in your body to be doing stuff like that.
That's a season a week in a year,
That's
basically.
sick.
That's crazy.
Sicko.
Wow. All right, okay, I didn't see
I guess
that.
you travel a lot as an esports
that's
commentator, I guess.
He's watched a lot, so he definitely, if he's absorbed the knowledge while he was doing that, I mean, he's seen it all.
He literally has seen it all.
Yeah. Do you think it's worse to watch it in like a compressed format as opposed to over many years? I don't know.
I mean, look, we as we've just proved a couple times, like once we watch it, it's
gone.
like gone out of our head. Outside of the winner and maybe a handful of characters.
Yeah, like I barely remember. anything.
Yeah.
Ever.
It's so
That's
hard to
okay.
keep the
It's not
stamina of watching these long of seasons
Yes.
for an entire year.
And the episodes are longer now, right? From
Now
what I
they're longer,
remember.
90-minute episodes.
What up with that?
Well, you better. 2-hour episode to start it off.
I know.
Yeah.
Are they going to do a whole Applebee's promo again?
Oh, we can only
hopefully.
hope so.
That was wild last year.
Can only hope so.
Would he eat a bloomin' onion?
We're going to get one in the
No way.
studio.
You'd be like,
way.
no
I'm going to order it.
Oh, shit. All right.
Sounds good.
Okay, two
it
more
up.
to go here. We're almost through this. We now have Solomon, who I believe goes by Saul, a 43-year-old medical device salesman born in Oklahoma, now resides in Connecticut.
God, why am I crying so much right now? I don't do this. I don't like talk and just, woo. I help people with neurodegenerative disorders like Parkinson's disease. I'm just the rep. Neurosurgeons implant electrodes in the part of the brain that affects your movement. They're tremoring like crazy, and then all of a sudden, in an instant, those tremors are gone, and it's a great feeling. I've won over 200,000 playing poker tournaments. When I make a move, I'm not lying to you, I'm bluffing you. I can take that emotion out because in the end, this is the game, the best game ever. Obviously, there aren't many Koreans in Oklahoma, so I stood out right away. It was rough, I got picked on a lot, but I also always stood up for myself. It turned me to the man I am today. In order to be the best you can be, you're gonna suffer. And so I think if I embrace how difficult it's going to be here, it's going to make it that much easier.
Ooh, I like this guy.
I love him.
Yeah.
This guy's got
Something about this guy.
He's got gravitas. He's
Yeah.
a serious guy. He seems really stable. He's not doing anything waka waka to the camera.
No wakas.
Right? He's very, very direct. Poker player, scared of you.
That hasn't worked out well in the past. Well,
Yeah.
actually, Boston Rob, I guess. I guess Tyson plays.
But that's
Survivor.
his secondary thing.
Yeah, that's
that's
true,
not
that's
his
true.
primary thing. So it's just something he's doing for
a hobby.
fun. He's won 200K doing it. Yeah. That's wild.
Okay.
I like him. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he seems like a little bit of a game bot. He'll know the probabilities and like breaking down the way the votes can go. Will his personality lend itself to bonding with other people would be my
Yeah.
biggest concern just from watching, 1 minute of it. But I don't know. Seems like he could get over that. And, he, I'm sure, understands that you have to build connections with people to survive in Survivor. But yeah, I think a positive intro.
Yeah, he feels like the type of person that you put into a room or you put into a group setting that just like naturally people sort of gravitate towards
Yeah.
as like a leader.
He's
or
the
just
oldest on this
he's the
tribe.
yeah, he just has that, and maybe
Yeah.
he'll get that. Yeah,
I
being
could see him and Genevieve kind of vibing. They both seem sharp and kind of calm.
Okay.
She's a little bit more, I mean, they could be a good team because she's a little bit more outgoing and social. He's maybe a little bit more reserved. Although they just showed him smiling and stuff. Like he seems like he's a friendly fellow.
Like he's not a game bot, or he's not like
Intense
mean or
per
intense.
se.
No, he just like I feel just he just has something about him. But JD, what do you think?
Yeah, I love the guy. He
We love him.
Yeah, he's my favorite one
Really?
that I've seen. Yeah, by a lot actually. And I know a guy just like him back home, so maybe it's that.
Oh.
Just the calculating part of him that is the poker player, but also the sensitive part of him that seems to be crying all the time out there on the island. So definitely going on my picks team.
Okay.
But yeah, I just feel drawn to him somehow. So he's got just a charismatic way about him.
He does. He had some of the most interesting answers in his bio. I have to share a few of them. So his hobbies are poker, working out, personal growth, and eating kimchi. He threw that in there.
Yeah, nice.
That made me laugh. What is something we would never know by looking at you? I used to live with international pop sensation Ryan Cabrera.
What? How random. I know
Does
who that
anyone
is.
remember who Ryan Cabrera
Yes,
is?
he had a very fleeting career. It
He
was not...
dated a Simpson.
Yes,
right?
Ashley.
That's right. He was an American artist. He had like an up-tempo sort of pop rock single
Yeah, like a
called
bop.
On the Way Down. It peaked at number
Oh, yeah.
15 on the Billboard Hot 100. Yeah,
Oh my
back in
God.
2004. So
Is
20
this the
years ago.
first time anybody has name dropped Ryan Cabrera?
I think so.
Gotta be.
And then these answers from Saul. Who's your biggest inspiration and why? This will all come to an end. Once I recognized and accepted this, my second life started.
What?
That was his answer to
Wait,
what's your
what?
biggest inspiration and why?
Is that a religious reference?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. And then, why will you be the sole survivor? I have more than willpower. I have soul power.
Nice.
Like it.
Pretty good.
Sick.
We like this guy. We're high on this guy.
High on soul.
All right, let's go to our final person here. It's Teeny. 24-year-old freelance writer from New Jersey.
My bucket list consists of everything from day 1 to day 26 that could possibly happen. I want to do everything. I've been developing my social game in life since I was about this big. I grew up dressing like a boy, wanted no attention for it, so had to distract them from having questions about me. That's really taught me how to just befriend any type of personality. In college, I was surrounded by people in sororities, and working in the technology industry, it is alpha male sales bro personalities. I know how to get along with anybody, and even people that I don't like so much. Like, I know how to make them like me. The energy that I'll bring forth is a pickpocket from the Oliver Twist universe, stealing their trust, their hearts, their spot in the final 3, and before they know it, they voted for me and I won.
I love Teeny's jacket.
The jacket is sick.
Yeah.
It's like
Best
a
piece of
patchwork.
clothing we've seen. Yeah.
Patchwork fit. I really like Teeny.
Okay.
I like, she has like a bit of a cunning energy. That description where the Oliver Twist thing with the pockets, like what a cool way to describe what you're going to do. I also feel like Teeny's somebody that code switches probably a lot in her life, and you can tell she's going to be doing that well.
Okay. What do you think, TK?
Yeah, they seem to be going chameleon mode with being in a sorority, being with the tech bros. Great couple of images there, like juxtaposed against each other. So yeah, I think Teeny could go far. And, it just seems like a pleasant person to be around, a low-key personality, and probably pretty thoughtful the way all things have gone in their lives.
JD, the final person here of the castaways. Your thoughts on Teeny?
Yeah, Teeny seems fine. I don't know. I don't really have much. I like the Artful Dodger stuff. Again, the edit is a little weird because, we see weird sort of facial contortions, you know.
Just a little giggle, just a giggle clip.
I like that.
Yeah, the weird giggle, the, just not to be trusted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a little bit conniving, which is great, which will be great TV for us. So, yeah, I'm
you're saying you're calling Sneaky Teeny right now?
Sneaky Teeny. I like it.
This was a great answer. When asked why they wanted to be on Survivor, Teeny said, "Since I first saw the show in 5th grade, I felt it was simply a calling. Okay, throughout my life, I found ways to play the game, be it wearing a buff each day of high school, okay, forcing my restaurant coworkers to vote each other out.
Nice.
Wow.
And balancing the large personalities of my friends. The coworker part.
Coworker things.
I was like, hold on, what?
Interesting.
You're saying like you turned into Jeff Probst at
Yeah.
the restaurant you worked? Like, we're voting somebody out today.
First things first.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Odd.
I love that.
Odds-on favorite to be making literature references
Yes.
at a tribal
yes.
council.
For sure.
Oh, yeah. Good
Jeff
call.
loves it.
Good call. All right, so that is all 18 castaways of Survivor 47. We move with decent pace there. Let's call our shot. I mean, you can either go just your straight up favorite or who you want to win. That could be the same person, or maybe give me two. Like a favorite and a prediction. We can change these after episode 1 when we officially lock in.
Lock it in.
Yeah, I would like to see more. It's a bit tricky at this point.
Yeah.
Can I not go first?
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. As the newest member to the Power Alliance, you can weigh in last. How's that? TK, you got to go first.
Okay. If I'm talking about people that will probably be on my Make Your Picks team, got to go with TK.
Sure.
Okay. Yep. Have to.
You know,
Makes
I
sense.
regretted it after last season. Kenzie, my sister's name,
yeah.
should have backed her from the beginning.
Yeah.
But I got to take TK. I also really liked Tiana from that tribe as well, the Hawaiian flight attendant. I liked Sierra from the next tribe as well. I liked Rachel from the next tribe, and I would probably add Keyshawn as my 5th. My winner, I'm going to pick Sierra as of now.
Sierra? Wow. Whoa. Okay.
I like it.
I think that's a bold pick because I could see that going well. I could see that her being one of the first ones gone with her outgoing personality. But JD,
I like that pick a lot.
Your favorite and your winner. Your social
my favorite runner-up to love it. I think he's going to be Mike White, with his confessionals. I'm really looking forward to that.
Okay.
I like Sierra as well. I am, of course, going to pick Genevieve as the winner because I am a homer pick, and I'm a homer, and I always pick the Canadian. And I also think she's good. She seems fine. And then I always say that, and then they get voted out within 2 days. And probably my favorite, like I said, is Solomon. Saul.
Yeah.
Saul Yee.
Yeah. I think he's my favorite.
Yeah.
Of what we saw. I like Genevieve too. She's a favorite. I mean, I'm going to hope she wins, but I'll pick someone different just for the sake of switching it up. And I am going to go with... I'm going Rachel. Rachel.
Rachel's good.
She loves money.
Yeah.
She loves money. That can be a great motivator.
I think it comes down to Rachel. She needs to find the perfect duo.
Right.
I think if she finds that right person, I think that could work really, really well. I don't know
Yeah.
who that is or who it will be, but I'll say she's the winner right now.
I could
Not
see
even
her
seeing
in
it.
multiple alliances,
Yeah, okay.
like playing people.
Okay.
Yeah, I really like TK.
Yep.
I would love to see how he performs in the show. Rachel and Sierra on that team together, I think could be a cool duo, although I think she will maybe initially align with John just because I see their personalities vibing more. And then Solomon, I really like him. And Genevieve. I know that's a lot. I will say right now, if I had to choose somebody to win, I would say for me, it's between Rachel or Solomon.
Okay. I also want to throw a bone to Gabe, our one villain from the intro.
Yeah. Definitely the most villainous.
Like we watched it a long time ago at this point.
Yeah.
It was a good one though.
Yeah.
It's like he's coming in with I don't give a crap about you attitude, which we always want to see one or two of those people.
Yeah.
We're not here
Got
to make
to.
friends.
Yep.
I went back and watched, because obviously I'm new here, I went back and watched Tony's casting video.
Okay.
Because a lot of people mentioned him, and I do remember him, but
Yeah.
I was like, I need to refresh myself, like my memory with him. He was wild.
Yeah.
Like, he
Yes.
off the top was like, I don't really care to be here. I hate being in nature. I'm going to backstab everybody. I'm good in my day-to-day life, but here I'm going to be awful. Like, and he did.
He lived up to
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So he really delivered.
Tony.
Yeah.
Tony was awesome.
Lacos.
Who do you got quitting? Because we had, what do we have, 3
Most
quits?
likely to quit.
Yeah.
That was a
Was it
lot of
3?
quits
I
lately.
mean, Keyshawn said he did this on a whim. I'm worried about him.
Yeah. You better hope the weather cooperates.
Yeah.
Hold on. We had 3 quits
Did we have 3
last
quits?
season?
I don't remember.
We had 2. I
know.
Who knows if it was last season?
Yeah.
Could be remembering 2 of them combined.
like-
But like Brandon. Remember he couldn't get up the ladder on
Right.
the boat.
Yeah.
He ended up quitting. Hannah quit, right?
Hannah
because she
quit.
couldn't smoke cigarettes
Right.
anymore.
Yeah.
She's 45.
And then I think Sean did quit in like episode
Yeah.
2 or 3.
Yeah.
And he just got sad.
Yeah.
He had a sad day.
Yeah.
He did.
Sad
And Jelinski kept quitting on everything.
God, that
he never
guy.
actually quit the show, but he quit.
I forgot about that
A lot.
guy.
How quickly do we get a Jelinski reference? Survivor 47.
Great question.
Survivor
right,
40
'cause
several.
He said, yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
70 several.
I say we don't at all, because how would have these people have seen 46?
No, they haven't taught. A lot of them are always talking about 45 because it's probably
Right.
the last full season they watched
Right,
before they
exactly.
came out. Maybe they saw a part of.
Yeah, maybe.
They may have caught a Jelinski because it was right off the top.
Caught a
Yeah.
several,
The
sure.
legend was born. Remember in day
This
one.
feels like, am I crazy, or is this season starting feeling like very close to the previous season's ending? Like, is the gap smaller?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
It just feels like we just watched Survivor and
Oh,
it's back.
Well, that's
Yeah.
true.
It's
We
also
just
true.
did watch Survivor.
Yeah. It ended in May. So
Yeah,
it's
that's not
been
that long ago.
It's not that long ago.
No, but we're happy it's back. We're happy to have you here on No Buffs. Our first show in recapping episode 1. It's next Thursday afternoon. That's September 19th. So you got the 2-hour premiere on September 18th. Perfect time to get in and watch Survivor 47. But we're back on the Thursday, the following day, to recap episode 1. You're a part of the team now.
Yes, hello.
Now you got to start really taking notes.
Oh, you know I love
coming
notes.
with hot takes.
No, I love a note.
Love
Look
a
at my
note.
notes. I got graphics. I got all sorts of
Did
stuff.
you make that graphic?
I didn't
No
make this
way.
graphic. I found it on the
Okay,
internet, but
wow,
it's
I was
gorgeous. You want to
Very
see?
nice. Yeah, it's a nice graphic. Yeah.
Ooh.
Very nice. Color coded and
it's great.
everything. Yeah, good stuff.
You're just like Rachel with her typographic interface.
Yeah.
So detailed.
Holla at me, UI people.
So get ready to send in your tree mail because we always take questions on those episodes. You can email them in, nodunks@theathletic.com. Just put no buffs in the subject line. We also ask for your questions on Twitter. You can follow all of us at JESkeets. We usually blast it out from there for you to reply to that tweet. So keep an eye on that. Follow me. Or you can drop anything in the YouTube comments as well. And yeah, hit the like button. Subscribe. 5-star ratings and reviews. Are we the biggest Survivor podcast? No. Are we the best? Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not.
One of.
But Or do we have the most fun?
Yeah.
You're damn right we do.
I'm getting a bloomin' onion for next week.
Oh,
We got
bloomin'
Jeffs
onions
everywhere.
on the house. All right, but until next week, the tribe has spoken.